Good morning and welcome to Opinions Plus. The clip today is a question, and I'm going to have a couple of clips with questions um, tagged onto opinions, of course, because that's what it's all about. Are there any good people in politics? Are there any honest people in politics? Are there people of integrity in politics? Are there people of integrity anywhere? Anywhere, anywhere. What's your thoughts on that? There's I saw a clip today about you know awards for the most hypocritical and debauched people in politics in the political world. Some I had no clue that they had such a hidden past. Um, some were even, or one was a high-ranking cardinal, which in the Catholic Church, which didn't surprise me given all the issues that were about the Catholic Church. Well, one thing did come to mind that there's no safe haven for hypocrites or from hypocrites. I said in so many clips that critical thinking is critical. It's critically important for all of us to use so that we can make judgments based on the limited amount of knowledge that we have available to us. We have so little, but yet have to make such major decisions. I wonder how people can believe in some of these people that I have absolutely no faith in. Now, people are making money hand over fist in the political arena. It's obvious. They, as a congressperson or whatever, they make a fair salary, but they're buying nice palatial places all over the country. They hide their money, they have access to information that many of us don't have, and they use it. I don't know if it's just, you know, a complete wipeout. I don't think so. I think there are people of integrity within the House of Representatives and Congress and in Parliament and in different places around the world. Matter of fact, I know it. There are good people out there trying to do the job and not rake in the dough at the same time. But it was interesting to me, here's a man like uh, past President Obama, who's living in a $11 million house now and probably has multiple other properties. Based on what? Speaking engagements that they get, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars a pop just to go out and talk. And, I guess that's one of the perks. But, Jimmy Carter, if you remember Mr. Carter, past President Carter, he lived in a small home. It wasn't palatial by any means. And he's a man of character. I think that anybody would look at Jimmy Carter as an elderly person now, but throughout his career, he was a man of character, trying to live by what he believed is right. I don't believe the people in the majority are trying to live by what is right, by their values wherever they come from, whether they come from Christianity or the Quran or Buddhist philosophy or whatever. Once you're in the power structure, it just changes you. Now, have I ever been in the power structure? No. I made a good salary when I was in the federal government. I worked my way up, and it, sufficient. Did I use it, spend it, make decisions 100% wisely to get myself elevated to a higher level? I can't say that I did, no. I made some pretty good decisions financially, then others I didn't. And I mean, I don't knock myself down for that. I still have stability and we still have a social structure which helps me and supports me to live a decent life, whereas other people are not living decent lives. But then there are other people who are living extremely decent lives, if you want to say it that way. And some are earned righteously. I saw a picture of Mitt Romney's house. I guess he sold it or whatever, but it was like this huge ski resort. Um, you know, Christ didn't live like that. He didn't live like that. Now, I'm not an advocate of selling all your goods and giving it to the poor. That doesn't make sense to me. But the amount of money and power that are in these people's hands obviously corrupts them. Now, we can talk about the political, people that are right there in front of our faces now. The predominant one, of course, is Trump, but then you've got others who are just as, I don't know, questionable. And maybe more so because they're hidden. Um, there's so many backstories that don't come out until later, and it's like this Epstein thing now. They're releasing information about who he made contacts, the flight lists, and Trump had 7 flights or something to Epstein's Island. Clinton had some flights and some connection with him. But, you don't know what went on there. You suspect and say, well, who are you kidding? Of course. But these rich people do what the heck they want to do. They do. They get away with awful lot of stuff because they're rich. They're powerful. They have lawyers. And look. I mean, it's all over the news right now. Trump's delaying. Everybody else would have been indicted and had a trial by now. Because they don't have the money to do all this crap. Is that right? And why do you believe in a man like that who uses these things to his advantage just because he can use them to the advantage? And you think that's a great thing? I don't think so. I think it shows that there's a problem in the societal fabric, as I've mentioned many times, that we don't understand the power, the corruption, the power of corruption that is in the hands, that becomes part of the well-to-do and, those in the legislative ranks. I don't know much about Joe Biden. I don't know, I know he's being under scrutiny for all this, Ukraine stuff and whatnot. But his actions are reasonable. Now, is he making all kinds of money? Does he live in a palatial place in Delaware? I really don't know. But after 50 years and being in politics, you would think that he would have really had some big money put away using all the classified information, the stock information, and all that stuff if he was a corrupt man. I don't know. Kamala Harris is vice president. She's got a multi-million-dollar home there in California somewhere. Where did she get her money? How did she get her money? Is it from her husband? Is it from family? Is it from, she was a DA, a prosecutor, then a senator. They didn't make all that kind of money. They made good money, but not enough to do that. So you don't know. I mean, were they just savvy stock investors? Jumped right on the Fidelity when it first came on and made millions, or jumped on Amazon when it first popped? Smart business people. What is their background? You just don't know. We cannot know, can we? We hear all types of stories, we hear all types of things, but we cannot know. You have to judge by what we believe is right, by the actions we see, sadly, because they're covered. They're not 100% true. But are all people corrupt? I emphatically say no. Do we all have tendency for corruption? Yes. We are all people and we are all tempted. Some are just better people than others. Some are it's all over the map. But in general, in the main, across the board, most people live in a decent, honorable way to the best of their ability. And they want their politicians to do so. But the politicians get involved in corruption and power and money and sex and all these other things, and it is a temptation that is almost impossible not to fall into, some way or another. I would think. I don't know for sure, but there has to be questions. There has to be standards. There has to be policy. Look at the Supreme Court scandals. They don't have any ethical standards. So what? Well, you need them because people are fallible. I don't care who the heck is sitting in that bloody chair up there with this robe on their back. They're fallible. They're people. They need standards. We all need standards, and we all need to be held accountable. And people in front of us right now need to be held accountable. Accountable, not 12 years from now. Accountable now with enough information and effort. The society needs to be more aggressive, not less, not open-minded in every damn thing, but controlled. Are politicians corrupt? I would have to say yes, to some degree or another. Are we all corrupt? I'd have to say yes, I guess, in some degree or another. Some are perfect, I guess. I don't know. But it's not all the same. But power corrupts, the old saying, and absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Anyway, be careful, be safe. It's a difficult world, but we have to look at these things. We have to stand up for honor, for character. Character, 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 character. I'll say it in 1,000 clips because it's so vital. Instill the value of character in our children, in ourselves, in our neighbors. Even if we don't, match the standards what we abide to, still we try, we strive, we go for the good. Thanks for listening. If you can subscribe, please do. And if you haven't, hit the like button. But comment. Always comment. It's important for you, for me, for those who might read it. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.